Hello, I'm Lisa Gamble, and this is my Module 5, Barriers to Web 2.0. A summary of the articles read. Schools have improved the availability of technology. However, this has not necessarily improved instruction. There are many barriers that can be resolved with funding, an open-minded culture, and increased training for teachers. An increase in creative learning activities is the desired goal. However, we often see drill and practice being the primary use of our technology. Areas still have inadequate access to internet, and this causes that barrier that many of the articles were talking. Students might have access at home or at school, but they don't have that availability at home any longer. Open educational resources are a positive. They're giving teachers access to free, customizable resources that they can take and alter for their needs. The question was, can the digital divide be solved? I think that it can, with open-minded leadership who facilitate funding for resources, training opportunities, accepting culture where teachers are willing to try new tactics, time and practice to integrate those skills. The administrators in schools are not always the ones who can make the changes that will affect all students, such as the issue stated before, students still lacking internet in entire communities. This is a larger problem that the school cannot control. That requires other leadership decisions to be made outside of the school. However, one thing the school can do if they can find the available funding is to use one-to-one technology with such as Chromebooks or iPads that students could check out those computers. They could do assignments offline. A partnership with libraries where students can be present in a place that does have internet access. But those are larger scale issues that schools cannot necessarily solve, but I do think we will reach a future where there will be a solution. Skills that I think that 21st century students should have are typing. I teach middle school, and I see many of my 7th and 8th grade students coming in without basic typing skills. So the beginning of the year starts with, here is where home row is, here's where the space bar and tab is. And once we've mastered those basic skills, we move on to blogging, putting ideas on the page, using a formal tone, watching for audience, and then commenting on each other's posts. Once students can comment respectfully to each other, they can move the next step to collaborating, to creating a final project together. Students, our end goal is we want them to design and complete professional looking products. Of course, that's not going to happen yet at the elementary level, but that is our desired course. That's where we would like them to end. We do want students to conduct themselves responsibly online. We want them to be able to identify false or misleading information or areas that are unsafe. And we want them to be good digital citizens. The impact this will have on the global economy is we are creating students who are more marketable in a technology-driven society. They can start jobs with experience in the tools they need. They could ask for higher pay, which is great for them since they have more developed skills starting out. They're introducing a larger base of professionals to the workforce, people who have those technology skills and can use them productively. And with productive students or productive people in the workforce who have mastered these tools already, they can push more advances in a diverse array of fields. Technology training that I myself need to further this goal would be collaborative tools, ways to get students to interact together, real world assessments, what those projects would look like and how to use them in my language arts class that I teach now. I am going to a school that is going to have one-to-one Chromebooks next year, and so learning how to adapt from being everything on paper to most things online and through technology. Basic programming skills and network and hardware. troubleshooting issues and how to adapt when things aren't working, how to correct and fix it. Is the district that I currently work for equipped with 21st century technology? Currently, I'd say we're not entirely equipped. However, great gains are being made. This year, we saw the addition of 2 iPad carts, 60 new laptops, and we do have dedicated computer labs for a new math curriculum. So I think that is great gains, and that's a great step moving forward. Some advantages for innovative practices are students are becoming more comfortable with interacting with that technology. They're gaining basic computer skills. They're learning patience with troubleshooting, something that I had expressed a need in developing. They're beginning collaborative projects. They're working online at creating this finished project or product together. And they're learning to be good digital citizens, to identify false information and to stay away from it. Some of those disadvantages, though, are we have teachers who are feeling very averse to trying new things. They go against their proven or commonly accepted practices, the thing they've done for years. They are uncomfortable with moving forward. We do have less time to implement those skills in secondary schools. I have just 54 minutes with my students, and when you have to start up a computer, give instruction, show examples, give them work time, save and shut down, that time can be very short and not as productive as we might like. Some schools have lax to funding for resources. Teachers have to pay for their own subscription services. I had to drop some of my programs that I've used for years because they had increased their price, and the price per student was more than my budget would allow, and it was not allowed by my school or approved. So we had to drop it and find another resource to use this year. Many educational resources are often blocked. It can be difficult to see what is going to be blocked in the future and what will not, because it varies from year to year. And something that works at home when you're playing around and practicing things doesn't always turn out to be available once you get to school. Inappropriate internet use, I've not actually had a lot of experience with this. My own classes are very structured. I had talked to other teachers who had had the issue, and I wanted to ensure that that didn't come up in my room. So I have high structure during projects. I am carefully monitoring. I'm all around the room. All computers are faced towards me so I can see what they're doing. Students learn to hold each other accountable after a careful explanation of the rules. Students are very quick to say, hey, that's not okay, let's fix this. And they listen to their peers for the most part. I do have frequent parent contact. I let the students know I have no qualms repeating what they have said to their parents, and there is a written record whenever we post it online, and so that is a large deterrent. I also have high praise for positive interactions. Students who are doing the right thing throw it up on the smartboard or the projector and show other students, look how great this is, and make sure to praise those positive interactions because I want everyone to replicate that. And my images are credited to freedownloads.com for clip art. Thank you for your time.